Hello, Pike families. My name is Miss Feeney, and I'm the social worker at Lincoln Middle School. Today is Mindfulness Monday, and so I thought that we might take a little bit of time to talk about what mindfulness is and why it's important to be practiced ourselves as adults and with our children as well, especially in a time as uncertain as this. So, first of all, mindfulness is intentionally living with awareness in the present moment without holding on to any sort of judgment or rejecting the moment or rejecting our feelings and thoughts. And it also means not holding any attachment to the moment. So, just kind of letting things flow, come and go. Mindfulness skills are the behaviors that we practice so that we can be wholly mindful. And this is especially important right now because there is so much worry and anxiety for the future, so many unknowns, that mindfulness can really help us to stay centered and to focus on now, which is so important for adults as well as children. So the great thing about mindfulness is that it can be practiced anytime, anywhere, while doing pretty much anything. So an example would be meditation. Meditation is all about focusing our minds, focusing on sensations, emotions, thoughts, breathing, opening our minds. Mindfulness can also look like prayer. So many families are looking towards prayer to provide comfort, and that is mindful in itself, as well as mindful movement, which can look like a lot of different things. It can be yoga or practicing martial arts or something as simple as going for a walk around the neighborhood. So, this is important, as I said, for both us as adults and children to be engaging with. In children, it has been shown to reduce attention problems, improve mental health, well-being, and to help with the development of social skills. In adults, it has myriad different positive effects. And so as an adult, how can we practice this and show our children that we are trying to be mindful? One way is to observe, and that's general, but that means basically notice your body sensations. Anything that comes through your eyes, ears, is a sensation. Our five senses play a big role here. Paying attention to the present moment and really living for right now is something that we can model for our children. Describing is another really big one. Putting words to our experiences, putting words to our thoughts and feelings, acknowledging that they're there without judging ourselves, but also giving us the time to accept them and then let them go. Participating, so really throwing yourself into whatever activity you're doing in the moment. This might mean avoiding multitasking, which is difficult right now, but could be really important to focus on one task at a time. And that's, something that we can model for our children as well. So more so for children, there are a lot of activities that can be practiced. So just a couple examples might be what's called mindful posing. So what this means essentially is you have your child go somewhere quiet and familiar, somewhere that's safe to them, and tell them to try one of two poses. The first pose is the Superman pose, which is practiced by standing with the feet just wider than the hips, your fists clenched, and arms reached out to the sky, stretching the body as tall as possible. And this is effective for stretching and making the child, feel more empowered, and it is effective. And so is the Wonder Woman pose, which is very similar, except we have our arms positioned on our hips like this, and we stand this way for several seconds to several minutes, and it really helps our children to kind of relax and feel empowered and calm down. Another option is called a mindful jar. So basically you take a mason jar like this and you fill it almost to the top with water, and you add glitter glue or just a spoonful of glue with some loose glitter, and you shake it around, or your kid shakes it around, and then you leave it and let it settle And it's very soothing, it's very calming, very comforting. And you could even use it as an example to say, like, imagine you're watching your anger. If a child's feeling angry, and they're watching it, it's very stormy, very loud, swirling around, but then it calms down. So that's an example of something that you can create. Some other options might be playing with Play-Doh, using their hands. That mindful movement that I mentioned can be great. As far as some other activities, coloring is a really great option. Again, being one, mindful and practicing one activity at a time. So, just sitting at a desk and coloring can be very mindful. If you have any fidgets, stress balls, or just little play balls that they can mess around with and hold in their hands, something to squeeze, can be very effective in maintaining mindfulness in your child. So these are just a few ideas. There are plenty more out there that you can find online, plenty of resources that I can include along with this video. So everybody just try to stay safe and healthy and mindful. Thank you.